Should we ban religions? No, of course not. That's a nonsensical and, frankly, pretty dangerous question. Freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom of spirituality, and freedom of belief is worth everything. It's what makes us human. That's worth fighting for. It's worth dying for. Well, not me, I'm cowardly, but others do and should fight for that. Original question that I've posed pertains more to power dynamics in society, our political institutions. Should mixing of religion and politics be banned? To that question, the answer is absolutely. Because when you mix God and country, they are an unbeatable team. They break all records for oppression and bloodshed. Some of us are just wired to seek power, to lead people and grow our influence. Politicians, they come from that breed. On a primal level, they seek power. And nothing's wrong with pursuit of power. Problem only arises when power games utilize religion as a weapon. When religion is used in politics, it ends up being a net negative force for humanity. That's when evil men turn God evil. And history has shown it time and time again. When church and state are together, our Machiavellian desires, sooner or later, end up corrupting both religious and political institutions, which result in horrors for humanity. Hey, Ali Papi, religion is a source of peace and inspiration for me and millions of others around the world. I believe my holy book has all the answers for humanity's troubles. That same teachings are used by the right leader to make the right laws. The world will be a blissful, peaceful place. For the record, I'm not saying religions are inherently bad. Morals, community, and service are all positive aspects of organized religion that help billions of individuals throughout their lives. All I'm saying is, let's keep religion, but keep it at a personal level. Let's not give the pastor or imam or the holy man real power, because power corrupts. Let's not give power to those that tell you what to believe in. You should be suspicious of powerful men and women. Well, historically it's been dudes, but it's about time we get some evil women too. We should be suspicious when they start coding an ancient book for justification around their policies or agenda. That's it. That's all. So what's the problem? Two biggest ways religion is weaponized are, number one, tribalism. In religious traditions, there usually ends up being a sense of us versus them. They're always chosen people by the God and those that are outsiders, believers and non-believers. This is most pronounced in Abrahamic religions, Islam, your Christianity, Judaism. And again, I'm not questioning what's written in Quran, Bible, or Torah. I'm looking at the flawed practitioners of those faiths, and especially the practitioners that want to twist the quote-unquote word of God to sow division, gain power for themselves, play power games. And I'll make it personal. I grew up Muslim in Pakistan, and there was always conflicting messages being pushed out by religious leaders, imams, the supposed scholars, that, hey, we are all the same as human beings. Quran says that. Oh, by the way, infidels, they're going to hell. Everybody else is the same. Also, Muslims that are praying differently in the other mosque, they're essentially infidels. Oh, and those that pray the same but wear a different colored turban or have a different interpretation of Prophet's family is also basically non-believer, destined for eternal fire. Same tribalism extends to Catholicism, evangelicals, Judaism, Hinduism. Religious leaders talking about unifying humanity, that's a total joke. But the suffering and cruelty caused by evil men that have used religion as a weapon, that's no laughing matter. This tribalism has resulted in Christian crusaders, beheadings, slavery, stoning, misogyny, wars, torture, and violence of unimaginable cruelty throughout our history. If your agenda includes a higher power, you should not be hired for public office. The end. Second problem is glorification and promotion of blind faith by religions. And again, I'm looking at you, Abrahamic faiths, asking followers to have faith in the will of God historically has been a powerful concept. It's done a lot of good for people to cope with suffering. During war times, during times of suffering, maintaining a positive attitude against all odds. To have hope is to be human. But if your ancient book gives you hope, use it by all means. The problem comes up when a charlatan politician uses that hope and is able to align his agenda with the supposed will of God to subjugate other people to horrors. When ancient teachings become part of your belief system and identity, you end up defending your worldview even against compelling evidence. You start with belief instead of starting with evidence. You follow your charismatic leader instead of leading your own mind. That's what gets us into trouble. That's what gets us inquisitions and witch burning, 9/11, terrorist attacks, genocides. This blind faith is what creates radicalized minds that are not thinking critically, minds that don't trust science, minds that see mass conspiracies everywhere, minds that don't trust doctors, minds that don't vaccinate, minds that deny climate change, minds that deny human rights and gender rights, minds that are fearful of loving everything and everyone, minds that are unable to see themselves as part of an infinitely complex, interconnected system that's limitless and more beautiful than any man-made God. In conclusion, let's examine our fundamental beliefs. Let's really look at our inner self. Reflect what beliefs are rooted in truth, in your truth. Don't be afraid to ask yourself questions. Before you can follow someone else, you have to follow yourself. Answer, who are you? What are you? Are you your emotions? Your thoughts? Is there a difference between your mind and your brain? What is your meaning? What is your purpose? Only you can answer that. It's not going to be a leader. It's not going to be somebody on YouTube in a book. Your ancient book, without a doubt, does not have an answer to that. No one can lead you. You are your own leader, your own creator, your own God. I will end with the words of Bulleh Shah, somebody I call on. He was a prolific Sufi poet from the 17th century who was centuries ahead of his time. I keep coming back to his words because they resonate with my truth. He spoke against powerful religious, political, and social institutions He says in one of his poems, and I quote, "You have read 1,000 books, but have you read yourself? You rush to mosques and temples in indecent haste. Have you tried to enter your own self? You're engaged in needless battles with the Satan. Have you ever fought with yourself? You have reached the sky, but have failed to reach what's inside your heart. Destroy the mosque, destroy the temple, do as you please, but do not break the human heart, for God dwells in thee." Thank you.